Hey, round of shots here on this Sunday night, October 30th, 2022. Kevin Hale here. It has been an eventful weekend. If you're a Kentucky football fan, got a lot to talk about tonight. We've got some college basketball. Besides our Kentucky Wildcats and their exhibition game tonight that ended shortly before, actually just a few minutes ago. Gotta give a shout out to the local school here. I live in Louisville, so the local school here in Louisville hosted their exhibition game against a Division II opponent, and that did not go well. So, happy Sunday! Round of Shots is streaming live on our Twitter and YouTube pages. It's the Roundtable. It's the familiar faces, bringing them on. Terry Brown from the from Iowa. Still repping the blue. Terry, good to see you. How are you, sir?
Good to be here. The CJ Frederick for TB trade has worked out well for everybody. So there you go.
Good call. Good call. Also joining us tonight, another Terry Jordon from Arizona. Terry, what's up, brother?
What's up? Happy to be on here. Talk with y'all.
Good to see you. Batting third tonight. Carrie Lewis and her news. Carrie, how are you?
I got a little bourbon going on tonight, so
Hey.
I can't promise a Terry rant, but you never know.
Which Terry?
Brown.
Terry,
Terry the Bourbon Brown.
Terry, I get on those Twitter spaces on Tuesday nights, and sometimes Terry can bring it. Terry Jordon can bring it too. So
they both definitely
absolutely.
Sure.
I love it.
I get a little bit into that bourbon, a little bit. You know how it is.
Counting on it.
Yeah.
Adding cleanup tonight. Our man Van Hiles. D Styles, what's up, Van?
I'm not happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy you are here. It's always good to have your company.
But I'm banging my Astro trash can. Boom, boom, boom.
It is World Series time.
Hey.
Game 3.
Hey.
Tonight,
I want to hear crap. We win number 2 without the trash can.
Yeah, the signals, the infamous signals. Did they really get punished for that?
No.
Oh, dude. Yes, they did. And here's
okay.
Don't make me go on a TB rant. Because
they never said they were sorry. They were just like, well,
they never said they were.
We were not the only MFers that was doing that.
No, you're just the only one that got caught.
Carlos Beltran.
You're the one that won.
You know Carlos Beltran, who played with the damn Yankees after he played with the Astros? I don't want to hear about this. All right, I'm done. Astros.
This took.
We're about to win another one.
3 minutes into the show.
I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
No, Houston, don't rap a lot.
Keep your needle to the red, guys. Let's do this. All right. Lots of topics. Starting off first, Kentucky football. Went down to Knoxville, Neyland Stadium. It was a beatdown. I can't remember what the spread was at kickoff.
14, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Tennessee's one of the best teams in the nation. That offense is amazing. Their defense was pretty damn good Saturday night too. And man, that's why we're going to, because everybody's got a pen. We're going to talk through this. I'm going to speak as a fan, but I always welcome your take as a former player to enlighten me what I'm seeing or not seeing, or what I'm seeing wrong. But I'll start with you, Terry. Give me your summary from the Kentucky-Tennessee game.
It was just a disaster. I mean, there's no other way to color it. Top to bottom, front, back, upside, downside. It was just a disaster. We can go and do our medical examiner like on CSI, and we can dissect the how, the where, the why. But the end of the day, the person's dead. It was just a terrible game that I thought we were beyond. To be honest with you, I thought we were beyond not losing, but just being embarrassed. And that was embarrassing. It's embarrassing when Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit are talking about everything but the game in the second half. That's
Yeah.
that's bad. And Kirk Herbstreit actually made a mention of that, I think, during the fourth quarter. He's like, we're kind of running out of stuff to say because we're not talking about the game in front of us because it doesn't mean anything. That was just devastating.
Yeah. Well, we've got lots to talk about, and we'll keep the circle going. But Terry, this was a game that for the whole purposes, it was a national televised game, prime time, the big stage on ESPN with your top two with Kurt and Chris Herbstreit and Chris Fowler. Your take from last night?
Well, it was a tremendous beatdown. It was really hard to watch. I watched every second of it. I know some people on Twitter said I'm done watching it. No, I watched every second of it. It was brutal. It was tough to see Neyland rocking like it was because that stadium was rocking. Like they brought it. And the game, it was just multiple things. I don't know, is it our kicking game? Was it we couldn't adapt to the tempo? Is Levis and his injuries, they're more involved? Is it reason why he looks so terrible last night? Is our OC struggling? I mean, it was just so many things going on. I think it's a combination of everything. I actually thought our O-line played halfway decent, so I didn't really complain about them, but it was just really tough because it's one of those games you get prepared for, you get ready to watch it, you sit down in your cat den, getting ready to watch Kentucky go down there and hopefully play a good game, and just absolutely was atrocious.
Carrie, Lewis, in your news, what was your news from last night?
Not good. So I agree with TB. Disaster, embarrassing. Didn't look like we were ready to play at all. We're notorious, actually, if you look
off a bye week.
Right, off a bye week. Statistically, we are awful off of a bye week, but that shouldn't have mattered. I mean, honestly, I don't care what statistics say on some level. It was just it was awful. Like we looked like we weren't ready to play. We really, and I don't understand. We knew where we were going. We knew what the atmosphere is going to be. We knew what we were up against, and we just looked like at some points we looked lost. Like the defense looked lost, the offense looked lost. I didn't get it. I know I don't want to. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
No, say it. Come on.
Is it Brad White? You're going to say something about Brad White?
No. But we've talked about it in Fort Lewis in our house, and my husband and I, and we said
pretend we're all your husband right now.
It's the CFO. We talked about, man, it felt like yesteryear. It felt like the 90s, man. It felt like those times where we knew we were gonna go. Went down there and just got beat, and it sucked, and I hated it, and it made me just like, it's disappointing. I was more disappointed with this game than I was with the South Carolina game, to be honest with you.
Same.
Because I thought we were going to go down there, and I thought we were going to game plan. We knew what we were up against. We knew we were going to, and I did I think we were going to win? I had my doubts, but I thought we were going to do better than 44-6.
Yeah, I thought we would compete a lot better.
It was a competing. That's what it was.
We only had 14 days to prepare, guys.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Van, your shot next. You're after Carrie right now, so yeah, and there's going to be plenty to talk about. So Terry's back on.
I don't
Terry's
want to
on
be
deck.
on. Look, here's the that pisses me off. The first drive of Tennessee. See, this is why players are so much more important than coaches, especially on this level and the next. Brad White came up with a very good game plan. 2 plays before the first touchdown, Tennessee ran the exact same route, because Tennessee route combinations are not complex. They try to get you with the tempo.
Gotcha.
They ran the exact same switch dig route. Guess what happened? We played it beautifully. Guy over the top, guy drives the the dig route. They run the exact same play after running a run play, the exact same play, and one guy screws up, and it's touchdown. So for all this crap about Brad White, oh my God, we had 2 weeks to game plan. Why we didn't come up with being a player, playing with other players? Sometimes the moment is too big for you. Sometimes the moment is too big for you. And sometimes you do things out of character because you feel like I need
The
to
moment
do
is too big for who?
for
The player?
myself.
For the moment is too big for the player?
Yes.
Could it have been too big for the coaching?
Look, as my coach told me in high school, I never forget this. I can't remember I was a sophomore, junior. I was a junior because I was starting quarterback. He said, Van, the hay is in the barn. We have done everything we can do as coaches. Now it's up for you as a leader and a quarterback to get these guys to perform tomorrow night. Coaches can't go on the field. And remember when you was like in flag football, like the coach can be in the back and line people up where they're supposed to be, and like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. We're men now. The problem is you did it right 2 plays before that. You did it right 2 plays before that. So what made you do something different the next play? It's mind-numbing as a teammate and as a former player. Like, what happened on that play to make you drive something that's not your job? Like, what were you thinking? Okay. That's the stuff that pisses me off. And the same thing happened with Will Levis. If you want to watch the game, go to ESPN.com, watch the replay, and catch the Skycast. It will change your whole perspective.
You'll both throw this out here, man. I don't know if this is the right game. Actually, I would love for this to be the game.
This is the best game.
No, hear my take is that if this game was in the evening sometime this week, I'm volunteering. If I can pin you down on a non-locker night and your availability to do a watch along and have you give us commentary during the game. Maybe the first half, Tuesday. Not the whole game, but maybe the first something.
I do it every Monday, Tuesday, Kevin. I do the first
half.
No,
I'm talking about the game is on TV, so people are actually watching it.
Oh, live?
Yeah. I mean, all right. We'll talk later.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do it.
Yeah, I got it. But yeah, your insight, after the fact, you're breaking it down very well. So from your perspective, what I'm hearing from you is that the breakdown last night was players. That you're saying, are you saying that the coaching, the calls, both offensively and defensively were good enough for us to compete, but it was just execution that failed us?
Football's all execution. If you look at Tennessee offense, it's not very complex. Here's why I want you to think of this. And I bring this analogy up a lot, but I'm gonna bring up this one first. Is Nick Saban a bad coach?
Don't think so.
Did they not do it at Nick Saban's defense, whom is a secondary coach?
Yeah.
So did we not play well last week at Mississippi State, or 2 weeks ago against Mississippi State? We held them to 1 touchdown. Do you think Brad White forgot how to coach from 2 weeks ago and to put up a game plan for this next opponent? I don't think that's possible. It's not humanly possible for a guy to forget how to coach. It's just now the difference is player execution.
Right.
And the funny part about it, it's not funny because it's not funny. I just looked at the first half again. The score was 20-6. We're under 5 minutes ago, and we had the ball on the 12-yard line.
That possession, that sequence was crucial.
Hold on. And you know what the worst part about it? Even with the screw up, defense came on the field and stopped them.
They stopped them. Yeah, that's right. That's what they did. We got the ball right back quickly. Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes to me, and it happened a lot to me, I don't think the football guys love me when I play college football. I think he was, I don't know what it was, I think I did something wrong in my previous life because I didn't have a lot of good football god stuff. It wasn't meant for us to win this game because there's no way this offense scored 6 points.
Well, one of my other podcasts I do is a paranormal. So if we want to talk about past lives, Van, I would love to have you on and talk. But anyway, Terry, last night, this is where I knew that's one of those the cliche. You can't stop them. You can't stop the offense. You can only hope to contain them. Case in point, Alabama. They've got a good defense. I mean, and they put 52 on Alabama. But Alabama scored 49. So it was up to our offense to, play along. Didn't happen. What else? Was there anything, Terry, from you offensively, play calling, that was not you were
if
not?
Will
feeling
Levis is that dude, you got to let that dude go out there and play.
Yeah.
I remember the air raid. Everybody goes back to those days where we weren't winning a whole lot, but we knew we were going to come out slinging that ball all over. And I know that's not the way Stoops coaches. He likes to play it close to the vest. But if you've got these weapons and you're not using them, then what are we doing? Scared money don't make money, right? And I think the mindset of the coaches to mitigate harm hampers the offense, because we knew, we've talked leading up to Tennessee, you're going to have to get into the 30s on your offense. You're going to have to push the ball down the field. Even if you lose, you're going to have to do that to compete. But I think that conservative plan works if the teams are even, or you're better than those teams. But if you're going to knock off the big boys, you've got to come out there swinging the big ding-a-ling. Like, playing against Louisville a couple years ago against Lamar Jackson. Louisville scores first. The first play was Steven Johnson to Juice Johnson, bombs away. We're going deep.
That was right away. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Where was that? Right.
Who was the coordinator then?
Was that Graham?
Yes, it was.
Right. I know it was. We don't talk about Eddie Graham, but he did some good things. All I have to say is, in Arizona, Terry, we're in that chat room. Like, I said this: if you are going to talk about a coach being born on third base, if you are going to talk about this is an everything school, because let me tell you something, I know we'll talk about the basketball and all this kind of stuff. If Coach Cal gets to a Final Four and we get the DJ Wagner class and basketball's back on track, it's going to be awkward around them offices because Cal's going to let everybody know, I told y'all who the big dog is. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to be the big dog, go out there and win and don't get embarrassed like this. If you're going to, get your coaches and get your players to tweet at the basketball team, don't lay a goose egg on national TV like this. Don't embarrass us, because we can talk about
this
St.
version
Peter's.
of Terry Brown tonight. But
we could talk about St. Peter's. Yeah. But I also remember Coach Cal went to Allen Fieldhouse in Dog Walk, Kansas, right?
Yeah.
Dog Walk, Tennessee.
National champion, right?
Right. But I'm just saying, if you are going to say all this stuff, because we can give you all this stuff, but if you're going to lay a goose egg, then, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Wow. And he's slinging rhymes too, man.
That's right, man.
Let me bring the whole group thing back on because I got some comments. And our man, Anthony, first of all, F that. Stop blaming the players, Van. Stop blaming the players.
I like how they act like they ain't got a show.
I know.
They
come. They barely. I mean, it's our show. Their show is, how do you say? Is their show living vicariously through us, or how? I don't know. But
they act like they don't have a forum for this back and forth. But go ahead.
It's the warm up. It's the warm up.
Yeah.
It's the pregame show.
This is called foreplay for the locker.
All right.
So and then Anthony, Anthony, if you want to come on, I'll send you the link and you could join us. And You can only execute as much as you are prepared. I was gonna say,
Anthony
you made Van. You did make it sound like that the coaches had it all covered and the players just didn't execute. I'm not feeling that. Okay, I got a ball stake. He's got some. Hold on, Anthony.
You just put something out there and then you say, "Hold on."
Yeah, I'm gonna finish Anthony's thoughts.
What would he say?
Pillow talk with Anthony White.
All right.
If Tim Couch runs the speed option perfectly, will he rush for? That's kind of what Van is, kind of on the Anthony White. TB, come on, UK Best West, fucking eggs.
And they've also been to Final Fours. Like, I mean,
championships.
Look,
8 of them.
yes,
right?
every team has lost. My point is, we had a discussion this offseason between our men's basketball coach and our football coach. Everybody sided with the football coach because we acted like 4 Final Fours in 5 seasons wasn't that big a deal.
You're only good as your last win, and they fucking lost to St. Peter's. I'm just saying.
Well, here's what I'm saying right now, guys. Hold on. For the next several minutes, this is Tennessee talk. Everyone, right. I don't want to just pick. You all just talk at each other. Let's bring it up. So, Terry, you're finish your thought, and I know.
No, I mean, we can get into a pissing contest all day, right? I know you're only as good as your last game. One dude is a Hall of Famer, and the other dude has got a pretty good thing going, and we conflated the two. We did. And so I just think if you're going to crow, you can't talk in the off season, and then the regular season you ain't ready to back it up. Because as my father, James Norman Brown Sr., told me, if you're going to talk it, then son, you better damn sure walk it.
I got a question.
Props.
Does TB have on the thongs flip flops or regular flip flops? Because I remember earlier in the season, he kind of was saying that, where we are, that Stoops were defending his players, defending the program. He was in the right, but now flipped the page a couple of times. He said, "Whoa, big boys! How dare you say that?" Because how dare you say when you ever won the championships? But a little bit earlier, I mean, I think that was what 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 2 months ago. You were like, "Well, football team is doing well, so."
Does Stoops have to defend his players?
Wrong. He shouldn't have said it. I'm just saying.
No, you can check me on Cats Talk Wednesday every Wednesday.
No. On this show,
you can. I've been consistent. Stoops had to defend his players, but he went out of bounds.
He went out of bounds
when he started talking about being born on third base. That to me was out of bounds.
That's a strong statement.
That's a strong ass statement.
Whether it's now, is it true or not?
Backtrack and rewind and make sure TB said born on third base on this show, because I don't ever remember that, because that's the first time I've heard that word said from Coach Stoops' mouth. Now I don't listen to all the damn.
Yeah, he said it.
No.
Yeah.
TB said it on this show. I don't know.
I've tweeted about it. I've talked about it endlessly.
In Terry's defense, we have that particular statement has come up.
Yeah, I've said that repeatedly. It was bad then because it assumed. Here's the thing, and I need to shut up because everybody else needs to talk. But real quick, the born on third base rubbed me wrong when he said it. Because a lot of people got on his coattails. A lot of people said, well, yeah, 5 people have won championships here in men's basketball. 1, it's not easy to do. And 2, we have been very fortunate to maintain a program like Cal has is not easy. And we need to stop minimizing that. That's all I'm saying. The born on third base, it takes a lot to run a big blue blood program. It just that to me rubbed me the wrong way. That I thought went too far. Should he defend his players? Absolutely. But throwing stones at the men's basketball coach, and people bought into it. Who would you rather have, Coach Cal or Stoops or Mitch Bar? It was dumb then. It's even worse now.
But it's great topic for conversation. Before I'm gonna let Terry Jordon jump in, but I'm gonna share something. Where's my share screen? Our man Dr. John Wong, he had a tweet out today that I kind of I clicked, I liked it because I think it's spot on. He says the win of Florida was fool's gold. Let's face it, after that, we all wanted to believe Kentucky was actually good. Team is still decent, but it's definitely a victim of overhyped expectations. Now, here's the thing. People listen to my show, listen to this show, and I get messages on my DMs and straight text because people feel like I'm a Kentucky fan, but I'm not a real Kentucky. Well, I'm not a real Kentucky fan because I take shots at them. My opinions don't always look, I'm not this show. I'll speak for this show. For me, I'm not a homer. When I do the show, I try to be as objective as possible. I think John is spot on. I think we got a little too we felt a little too good with the Florida win. Florida's average. They're mid. What Terry Jordon, what is where are we right now with this with the football? With the team right now? Not the program, but this season. Let's focus on this season.
Kevin,
we're not top tier in SEC for sure.
Not of this game, but what was your expectations coming through the season, Kevin? Did you expect 10 wins, 11 wins?
No, I predicted 9-3. I had a 9-3 prediction, but who was my losses? Georgia was a loss. Florida and Tennessee were losses. Those were, I played those two were the road games. Florida and Tennessee road games. I thought those were going to be losses. Mm-hmm. And they're Georgia. That was my expectation.
Yeah, I predicted 10-2. I thought we'd lose at Ole Miss. I thought we'd lose at home to Georgia. Okay. I did expect us to beat Tennessee, but that's preseason, and I didn't expect Tennessee to be as good as they are.
Well, I don't think that's fair to say. I don't think anybody did. Yeah, outside of Tennessee,
they are the hottest team in college football. They have the top offense. Mm-hmm. Looks like it might be simple offense, but it gets results. It gets points on the board. The only really disappointing outside of this game was the South Carolina game. Not having Will. Honestly, it will not surprise me finishing 8-4. Disappointed in that, yes. I think 9-3 and 10-2 for sure with the level of talent we had, but with the offensive line play we've had, which has been kind of at times not great, it's really hurt us. And then the kicking game has been another factor as well. I think the kicking game has caused a lot of issues.
Holy hell.
And then just a couple just unfortunate plays. I mean, the Ole Miss game, we had every chance in the world to win that game. We should have won that game.
We lost. That was a game we lost. Ole Miss didn't win. We lost that game.
Yeah. Yes. So really, it's really two poor performances.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we have Georgia on the schedule, which is probably going to be another L. It's still going to be a pretty good season, but there was a lot of high expectations. There was a lot of expectations placed on Will Levis, and a lot of folks were concerned about that, putting a lot on him. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but it's just,
no, you're good.
I think we got a good team. We're not the top 4 teams in the SEC. We're right now battling for the 3rd best spot in the SEC East. We're tied for that. That's probably where we should be.
Mm-hmm.
We're not a bad team, not a great team, but I do feel like if we bounce back next week versus Missouri, we'll get back on track.
I'm with you. Carrie, add to that. I share with you the Dr. John text, and you kind of had a similar, or
I mean, I guess I misinterpreted his take. I mean, I guess it was the right. Like I didn't really. I thought that my take on his take was that flip that, and that Florida's not that good anyway. But you know what? when you go to Gainesville, it's still a hard place to play. I don't care. I don't care how bad or whatever the Florida team is. You're going to Gainesville and you still got to win. And that ain't an easy place to win. So there you go. And you know what? Just go cover basketball. I'm done with this. I honestly,
I don't want you to be done. That's where we're talking.
No. I'm done. I'm still on a football wagon, baby.
Same.
I get frustrated with people that I feel like are not football people. That's what I get frustrated with, is the fact that I feel like the people who are commenting and the loudest voices in the room are not football people, and they've never been football people. And that's fine. You know what? Get on the football train. We kind of want you, maybe. But once things don't go in the way you think they're going to go, because that's how football goes, I don't want to hear it, man. I just don't. I guess that's how I feel. That I've always been on the football train. I will always be on the football train.
Okay.
Always. And yeah, maybe Florida's not who Florida was in the past, but who cares? Who cares? Because we still went into Gainesville and we beat them, and that counts for something. And yes, we've had South Carolina was a bad loss. You know what that was? Tennessee is good at football.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it's ashes in my mouth to say that. Tennessee is good at football. That's just facts. It's facts. And
they're top three team right now. They're top three.
Diehard Kentucky fans. Yes, it's a bad taste in our mouths to say Tennessee is good.
I hate it.
But to be objective, they are fucking good.
They are really good at football right now, and we're just not. But you know what? We still got a chance. We can get that 6th win. We can go to a bowl game, and I'm a football fan for life. So, yeah.
See, this show is a yes. Oh, I'm clapping too. This is passion. I love this. And we don't all have to get along as far as topics go, but we're here. We're taking care of each other at the end of the day too. Let me see. Our man Ball Steak has made a lot of comments. I'm gonna get his. I'm gonna give him. Give him. But you know what? We got to give his takes because he's here every Sunday night, repping UT, but he's also supporting the show.
Can I say something real quick?
Let me show real quick. Anthony's got a couple more. Dan, if kicking wasn't an issue in Oxford, we lose. You're right. Yeah. We shouldn't have lost the Mississippi game. If Will plays, we probably don't lose having Will Levis out of the game. I mean, that is like
having Oscar Schwebe have a game.
Or me not. Yeah, I was going to say Blue Chew. I was going to go Barry, but last time I said something about that, I got called out.
Don't go down that road again. There's nothing funny down that road.
Yeah, there's something about it. And then let's see, man. Yes, with this old line, we should lose to Bishop Sycamore.
Me and Anthony, we tight now.
Hey,
Anthony he's a beast.
Isn't it convenient though? Isn't it convenient when we beat a team and then they fall off? Oh, that team wasn't as good as we thought they were. I guess Mississippi State sucks too.
No. Hold on.
No. This is all, Kevin. This is not just this year. This is not just last year. This is freaking every year. Now, I'm gonna say this. I've only been associated with Kentucky since '93, so I don't know what happened prior to that. But from '93 on, when we beat somebody, as far as I'm concerned,
man, I don't give a shit what happened before '93.
Right.
You're the man. You're the measuring stick for me.
So Florida was ranked after they beat Utah. Mississippi State was ranked after they just demolished Arkansas when they didn't have KJ Jefferson. But I guess now those games don't matter. Them games don't really count because they really suck. Because we beat them and then they lost a couple games and the world ends and y'all didn't really beat anybody. Y'all freaking lost to South Carolina. Come on, man.
And that's the point that's been going on for years, like you say. when Kentucky beats somebody, the coach has to get fired. They've got to do all this kind of stuff. This team was just looking ahead. This team, and it's like Kentucky keeps winning 9 or 10 games a year. You can't keep saying that, right?
Right.
You can't keep saying this team wasn't interested in this bowl game and this guy didn't play this game. I echo what Carrie and Van are saying, and it's like, and Kevin, on this show, I told you, stop saying losing or beating Florida doesn't mean anything. When you go 3 decades, 6 presidents without beating a team, and then
who are? Can you tell me all those presidents, Terry? You gonna you gonna play that card? Give me every president.
Reagan, Bush 1, Clinton, Bush 2, Obama.
And Carter,
then you've got Biden and you got Trump. So
History 101.
Right. So if you go 3 decades, you don't beat somebody, and then you beat them 3 out of 5. Oh, it's because they're not very good. They didn't really care.
Oh, I almost said something. I'm gonna let it ride. Let's keep going.
But
no, just say what you mean.
Say.
How about that?
But that's
no.
I
want it to be a 2-hour show because Carrie needs to go to sleep.
Carrie's going to bed at 10:15ish.
I go to bed when I go to bed.
But you know what? Here, which one of you
Just drink that bourbon, Carrie? Drink that
real
bourbon.
quick. Which one of you divas tonight is causing this person to send us photos?
It's one of my Hobots. It's one of my Hobots. It's one of my Hobots. They tracked me down here.
Hobots.
They are Hobots.
Sexline.biz.
Yeah, there's a part of me that wants to click on the photo just to see it share. But
you might want to wait till you're done with the show first.
And probably, I don't want to malware and all that shit. I don't want to all of a sudden be this show directed to some adult hub.
We don't need
that we're streaming.
Totally unaware of those. Totally unaware.
But Carrie is right on the money, and I'm going to pump her up a little bit more on this, that people look for a reason to stop rooting for football. Whether it's basketball, whether it's whatever. Like, they look for a reason. And, again,
Sarah, I saw it tonight, Terry. As soon as the fucking exhibition game started, all these, and I'll call them, the fair weather BBN, there's that select few that were like, basketball.
But
Guys falling crew.
If you love Kentucky basketball, awesome. I'm happy for you. If you love Kentucky football, I am happy for you. But me, as you can see behind me, I'm literally all cats, everything.
Yes, you do.
I'm rooting on the number 2 team in men's soccer at the University of Kentucky. I was rooting for volleyball before that was, are we all adults here? Before that was fucking cool. That, to my one side, that's the women's gymnastics team that made it to the Sweet 16 a couple years ago. That's a signed picture right there. If you say with your chest, I'm a Kentucky fan, then you should be able to focus on more than one thing at a time.
I know.
Because if you narrow your focus, you are missing a ton.
That's why I listen and watch Cats Talk Wednesday, because you're
missing you're missing top draft picks in the WNBA and the women's soccer league. You're missing that.
You're right.
Rookie of the year.
I know people don't care, but there's more than just men's basketball and football at the University of Kentucky. There is. I know people don't care about the Director's Cup and the all-around everything. But
quick, remind us for BBN, the recent championships, national championships, Terry, won by non-football basketball program.
Volleyball won. Men's tennis came in second last year. Women's track finished third. Most recently, they did have a runner-up finish in 2015. We've had the women's softball team go to the College World Series. Men's soccer team made the Elite Eight last year, the year before. Women's
Snipers of America.
Yeah, you've got the rifle team that has won. Like I said, gymnastics made the Sweet 16 and competed the SEC, which cleans at everything.
Didn't the swimming and diving team win the SEC last year?
They won the SEC championship. The hardware's rolling in. The hardware's rolling in all across the board, which is going to make it even more awkward for a football coach to be woofing and he ain't bringing no hardware. That's going to be a little
Barnhart some credit.
Whoa. Hold on. What's football software? Because I'm gonna tell you something. There were a lot of times where we was freaking happy to go to the damn Music City Bowl and the damn what's the other bowl in Shreveport?
Liberty Bowl.
Liberty Bowl. Woo, 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 woo. Oh my goodness, some great bowls. Now we're going to some top tier bowls. What hardware are you? Are you really expecting Kentucky to go national championship when they only bring in 4 teams?
All I'm saying is, yeah, if
Okay.
if you are going to
That's
be
fair.
the king of the mountain,
That's no. If that's what you're saying, that's fair.
and I say that because Mitch Barnhart and we had Dwayne Peavy on Cats Talk Wednesday before he left some years ago talk about their plan to bring in SEC championships across the freaking board.
They have.
What else is
Hey.
he gonna say though?
Well, he said it, but he
if-
backed it
if
up,
you-
though.
But if you're the only team that's not doing it, if you're the only team that's not doing it,
Whoa. What you mean the only team? You just highlighted teams going to Elite Eights, and you didn't say all championship teams. You said teams that are going far. Did we not finish second in SEC East last year for the first time in
We did.
forever?
right?
Did you not win 4 bowl games in a row? Or is it 5?
If that's enough to get checked, all I'm saying is there is so much success going on.
The gymnastics team didn't win a
Right?
championship.
What?
The gymnastics team didn't win a championship. The
Oh,
softball
they
team
did
didn't win a
not. You're right.
championship.
You're right.
Okay, so let's just
Real
put on
quick,
equal-
Carrie, Terry, Jordan,
football.
and I are gonna go have a shot
I'm
somewhere.
out. I'm out.
And you two-
I'm done.
I get some more bourbon.
this
right?
is
I'm out.
gold.
I need a bourbon break.
You
Yeah,
know what?
time out in the filter.
Yeah.
We've got about 30 minutes more on this show because I haven't even touched them, and I'm not letting you all go yet. Carrie, I know you've already done 2 podcasts tonight.
It's fine.
but you
It's
don't-
fine. I'm on till
You
I'm
replaced
on.
the X
It's
Files
fine.
poster with
Did,
something, so I don't
with
get to
Hal
look
Mummy.
at the X in the background. It's okay.
That-
that's
that's
the
Hal
only
Mummy.
reason. I'll let it go because it's
That's
Hal
how
Mummy.
Mummy and
I
Deli
still want to
Ali.
do this.
Yeah.
I'm still wanting to click that, but I won't.
I don't need that on my computer.
You don't?
No, I don't. This is a
All
work
right.
computer. I don't.
Oh,
it's not our
Oh.
computer.
Oh,
No,
crap.
no, don't use your.
Oh,
If you need to go grab a drink, go ahead because actually the 3 of us, I can go. You all grab a drink. I'll
Actually,
empty my bladder.
I just
Van
I'll
and Terry will keep going at it.
turn my camera off and then I'll go downstairs. So
Do what you need to do. We're a few more. We've got some more time on this. I'm not letting you all go.
I love y'all.
Anytime soon. No, this is gold. And here's the best thing. We're shooting the shit. We're friends shooting the shit. You know, it's nothing personal. It's just we're all having conversation. I wish it was in person. Can we all come to Lexington at your location, Carrie Lewis, and
come to
do
Fort
a live?
Lewis. I'm ready for it.
Can't wait.
it'll be like the Real Housewives. We'll be throwing water across the table.
Well, you know what? Oh, here's the thing. I digress. Speaking of Real Housewives, my granddaughter, and I'll give her a little shout out, her name, Mila, she'll be 2 in December. Her 2 new words, and this is because of Real Housewives, because my daughter Claire watches that religiously. When she said goodbye to me the other night, she said, "Bye, bitch."
Oh no!
And I was like, Claire, what WTF? Where is that coming from? And she goes,
Mhm.
yeah, she heard it from Real Housewives.
Oh.
And once she said it, once Mila said it, Claire started laughing. And of course, as every kid does, once mommy, who is her everything, laughs at anything she says, it becomes the bye, bitch. I'm like,
kids is crazy, man.
Real Housewives. Real Housewives.
Kids is crazy. They'll humble you too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And here's the best thing. Carrie, I know you don't have kids.
Oh.
Well, the rest of us all have. Terry, Jordan, you got kids, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. And this, I've got grandkids just too. So
I got a dog.
you got a dog.
I got those too. I like the dogs.
All right. This is the time. I'm going to. We do have to give Well, here's the thing. I'm a Kentucky guy. Even though I want Kentucky to win every game, but during the game, if they're not performing well, I'll maybe make a comment and take a shot at them because I don't think they're performing well. But it doesn't mean I'm not rooting for them. But here's I got to give it this. Our guy Volsteak, who has every Sunday will come in, and clearly he's a Vols fan. I'm going to share some of his takes, and I'm going to get comments from you all. So if anybody needs to get a drink, Carrie, Terry, Jordan, go ahead.
All right, cool.
All right, so here's one. Tennessee will always be Kentucky's daddy. I'm so proud. All right. Tennessee is Kentucky's Super Bowl, and y'all failed tremendously.
That's
No.
sad.
That's false.
That's
Yeah,
sad.
I don't know. Super Bowl.
That's sad.
V steak. Ball steak.
Hold on. Let me say something V-Steak about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
The last couple of years, when you guys were down and we were up, you guys always are, well, at least we beat y'all. But damn, y'all like 4th or 5th in the division. I don't think that's something to be happy about.
Also, I got a personal take on that first comment, but I'll let you roll through what he said.
No. Let's do this because
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
So I've been to Tennessee one time and vowed never to go back after my one time in the 90s in the 90s when I was in the band. We had to go down there. We went down there. It was awful. We knew we were going to get beat. We knew we were going to get rolled because it was the Peyton Manning years. It was all that. And
Peyton Manning and V Styles years.
And whatever. It was all that. But we got beat badly. We lined up. We were just trying to get on the bus to go home. We just wanted to go back to Lexington. And all these Tennessee fans kept getting in our faces as we were lined up trying to get on the bus screaming, "We own you. We own you." Yeah, you do. We knew we were going to get beat, and you beat us. So congratulations to that. And we also got unceremoniously spit on, to tell you the truth, by some fans. And we were just trying to get on the bus. And
jeez,
the CFO and I, John, who I'm married to now, vowed never to go back to Tennessee, and we never have, because it was an awful, horrible experience. Yeah. We're just trying to get on the bus. We're in the band. We're in our uniforms. We're like, we just want to go home.
Just for the record, Ball Steak, you're our beloved Carrie Lewis, during her time in the band, is spit on.
Yeah, so I'm not making that up either. I mean, that's legitimate. I wouldn't lie about that. I really wouldn't. To tell you the truth, it was awful, and it really was. It was awful.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Since this is an adult show, and I don't care if anybody gives me shit after the fact. Ball Steak, spitters are quitters, so take that. All right. So what we got here? Do you really think y'all were going to be? No, I think most of us.
Whoa! Did we not beat them in 2020?
Well, that's true, man. That's true.
Here's the thing. That was then. This offense of Tennessee this year is nothing,
Kevin.
Compared to
he's trying to say like, you guys ain't never won in Neyland, so do you really think you're gonna ever?
Okay,
we just beat y'all ass in Neyland, and we both raced you. We beat y'all just as bad as y'all beat us this year.
We did. Did we like have 2 pick sixes during
that game?
Yeah. So, that was a great night.
Joseph and
but he has the right to gloat though. He has he comes
he
on
does.
the show
and we're gonna take it.
I would do the same thing if I was him.
Yeah, I would too.
Kentucky will lose to Tennessee again in basketball too. I don't know. We're not talking basketball right now. Man, Mark Stoops can't coach against Tennessee. Let me just go through these, and we'll
beat them 2 out of 3 or 4 this year.
Let's see.
Something like that.
Here's Hey, Kentucky fans, we beat Alabama for a reason.
Alabama actually beat themselves, but
17 penalties. I guess that would probably help, right?
And a terrible muffed punt.
Yeah. just for the record, I'm gonna get back to a couple of Vol Stakes comments, but our person here is really pushing for attention. Beautiful girls here.
Oh, dude,
Sorry, I brought the Hobots.
I need to see
Clearly,
that.
somebody,
Look at Anthony
you
White
divas.
say.
It wasn't me. It wasn't fucking me.
What did A. White say?
All right, so I think that might be it. I hope I
It's the
said
last
behind
one.
it. And Anthony, send this.
That's a good one, man.
That's that Twinsburg coming out right there.
You know what? I might message this. I might respond to this person and like, whoever you are, on Wednesday night, there's 2 shows I want you to connect with. Send pictures, image, whatever, and then Terry Jordon, I think you do your podcast. It's not live; it's recorded, right?
It's recorded.
Ah, damn it! All right.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to do ours live.
Yeah. And there's still part of me that wants to.
Just wait till after the show, man.
Okay, where are we at? We're on time. I know Carrie says she wants. I know.
I'm here till I'm here, guys. So it's fine.
And you on Wednesday night, not only were you on the locker Wednesday night, you were one of the co-hosts was late, which never happens on this show.
So,
the host on this show is never late. But go ahead. Yeah.
Are you getting out? No, Anthony's computer dropped out, and I kind of had to take over the intro.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let me give a shout out to real quick, Michelle Morton. She's drinking with you guys. I'm drinking. That's what she says. I'm drinking with you guys. She sending some good vibes to our friend Michelle. She had some family stuff going on this past week, and Michelle, you are such a fucking supporter of all of our shows. And you're a beautiful person. I mean, you're just good people, and it broke my heart when I saw that tweet you put out with the family. So I wish you and your family the best. Much love. Is there any more to talk about? Well, here's the one thing, Dan, I'm gonna throw this out. Tennessee, we knew going into Tennessee, it wasn't we're not going to stop them. You try to slow them down. How in the fuck does still Tennessee manages to, even though their MO, they had a couple touchdowns, at least 2, where the receivers are wide open, and that to me, is that a gimmick offense? Because I had a conversation with some people, and actually it was the Twitter channel when I said I jokingly, I made a comment that I said Hooker greater than Levis Saturday night, and a couple of people were kind of coming at me. We're like, well, it's a system, and Hooker is doing this and that. All right, so what? It's a system. Hooker is doing. Not only is he excelling at the system, they're delivering. They're just scoring, and then Levis didn't perform well Saturday. So how in the fuck does, when Tennessee's 8 games into our season, you have a pretty good MO on their game plan, and you still have the breakdown on defense where you have clearly just a walk into the end zone for a couple plays. Dan, teach me, learn me.
I mean, here's the thing. As my coach Rick Smith told me in my freshman year, which changed my life, he said that other guy across from you is on scholarship. Simple like that. See, we conveniently forget when C-Rock walked into the end zone on his first touchdown. Oh, Nobody says, "Oh, he walked untouched in the end zone." But when we give up an untouched,
Fair. That's
oh my God,
fair.
how fuck can we give up?
Okay.
The other team is on scholarship. Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing I'm gonna say about there's teams that are, as we call in college basketball, as we've been going back and forth, are teams of destiny, right?
Okay.
Tennessee has not missed that much this year. They have hit on every single opening that they had. Pittsburgh, they hit on that. They hit on Alabama. They've had some games where it was and things went their way. Now, the thing about it is some teams crap down their leg, though, and they haven't. When they've had a situation, they have capitalized on it. And that's the advantage of having the same coach in back-to-back years with the same quarterback in back-to-back years and pretty much the same O-line in back-to-back years. The difference between us and last year, to me, it's not Scangarello, it's not Liam Cohen. The difference is we underestimate. I'm gonna say not we. I underestimated the fact of missing C-Rod for 4 games, how much it would affect the development of this offense. I think if you had him week 1, Scangarello has more of a better feel on what this offense really is. Okay. He's only had this is the 3rd game he's had with Will. Well, actually, the 2nd game he's had with Will, Tavion, and C-Rod at the same time. This is week 8. That's crazy.
Got it.
And I underestimated how much that affects just the Florida offense, knowing what, if you remember Liam last year, there was a lot of games it took before he realized what he had as a team. He took until week 7 at LSU game to figure it out. He had them every game. I think we underestimated how much C-Rod affected just the progression of the offense.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 10 o'clock and we're still talking Tennessee. Let's move past Tennessee. They're good. Let's give them credit. They're good. Whether their program is back in that
90s,
no, probably not. They're fun as a college fan. And Terry, I do try to watch other games besides Kentucky. But I tell you what I do like to watch is Tennessee football. That's fun.
Well, and can we do one thing? Because I've seen this from a lot of Kentucky folks.
Please.
Like, they just turned around overnight. Buddy,
no, they didn't.
Lane Kiffin, Butch Jones, Derek Dooley. No, this has not been an overnight thing.
So
that was a dumpster fire for a decade plus. Please don't do that.
And I agree with Terry on that. And I'm going to point this out too. Beyond
Suck
the coaching,
that V-State.
Beyond the coaching changes, wow, they have hit on that transfer portal, man. Because where did Hendon Hooker come from? Oh, that's
Virginia
right.
Tech,
He came from Virginia Tech, who sucks at football right now. Virginia Tech is terrible at football right now. Absolutely awful. But I'm telling you, Hypo Man, he is dialed into that transfer portal. And, you still have to get freshmen and that kind of thing. But I think the transfer portal, that's the recruiting of the future, man. It really is.
Carrie, I'll take it a step further. It's recruiting now. Because here's the thing. To be honest here, Van. Players right now, you're recruiting 1 year at a time. Yes, I want to recruit you and get you on campus, but that doesn't fucking mean you're going to be here next year because NIL, everything, it all changes. I got to keep doing what I can. And here's the thing. I'm on a future show. We're going to talk because depending on how the football season goes, where does potential impact players of this season, do they all come back? It's not a guarantee they come back.
Nothing's a guarantee.
Nothing's guaranteed, right?
No. Now the positive is the guys who play typically don't leave unless the coach leave. I'm not saying it's typically.
No, that's a good point. That's a
It's
good point. There you go.
Typically, that doesn't mean it won't
That's a
happen.
very good point.
And here's the thing: the transfer portal is great, and the reason why typically it's said because we've never had the NIL component added to this until recently. So even though you play, now these guys are asking, okay, now I put up these numbers. I need this to be a little higher. And if you don't get that a little higher, then I'm gonna go to.
That's where I'm going. Because what's to say that I'm just throwing this out there that a sexy school like Alabama, Georgia, the elite schools who are paying attention to our young talent. I'm not insinuating this is the case. Key, Brown, these impact players. It's possible. It would not surprise me. The state of the game right now doesn't surprise me that any of those players wind up at elite schools next year down the road because of.
That's us being BB and scary. I bet you people at Alabama and Clemson and Ohio State are not worried about their starters leaving.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're not.
Yeah.
I as a Kentucky fan, I am because of them.
Here's the thing. As long as we keep the people who we keep, they came here for a reason. And there's nothing like relationships. Relationships are so much more important than the brand when you have not chosen the brand. There's a reason why you didn't choose the brand. Well, like Dane Key or Barry Brown, they were like 3-star guys, and the only D1 offer was Kentucky, and they didn't visit other people and had chances. They came here for.
But this doesn't have an impact right now.
No, that's why the NIL does have an impact. Yeah. I'm hoping, because when I went to Commonwealth Stadium a few weeks ago, know what's on that big new video board? Like at least 15 times. BBN, NIL, scan the code, and you can donate to. I'm hoping that we are on a level to compete. Now, here's the thing. We won't get to that level, but if I'm Barry Brown, I'm guaranteed to start here, and I make $20,000 less, but I'm going to start, and I could probably get out of here in 3. You kind of weigh your options. And like I've told many people many times, and I've said this since I got here because it happened to me. If you get a kid in Lex Vegas, there's something about Lexington that people fall in love with. I'm telling you. That was my 5th recruiting. That was my 5th visit. I had no intentions on coming to Kentucky, but when I step off that plane, it was like,
okay. You bring up I have to bring this up because of the fact that you per se didn't have Kentucky ties back in the day.
No.
If you were a player right now and you came to Kentucky and you had a very solid first year, no Kentucky ties, you're listening to the highest bidder.
No. And here's the reason why.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
If I come to Kentucky and I play right away, and the guys who are coaching me, I really love in the locker room situation, because maybe I was mature at that age. If I leave, I got to start all over.
That's respect. Okay.
I got to start. It's like I don't want to say wasted. I just spent 5 months getting to know my teammates, getting to know my coach, getting to know my surrounding. And but now I'm going to
day and age, you don't think having that tenure would grandfather over to the next program? Because if Saban came calling for you,
no,
okay.
Oh, because look, here's the reason why. I'll just be realistic. I just want to be realistic, right?
Yeah.
I know I'm good.
You are good.
But when I go to Alabama and I see them MFers over there, I'm like, I'm not as good as all of them. If I go to Clemson as a receiver and I'm looking at all of them like, am I good? Yeah, but am I? It's like when T-Dub went to Oregon. And when Herbert was there and he said out his mouth, I saw the kid throw. I'm like, all right, that kid's the real deal.
That's why the transfer portal is so awesome.
Yes.
Because now you're getting guys who went to Alabama and maybe were like second or third, and they're transferring into like these MAC schools, or these Sunbelt schools or whatever, or these MEAC schools,
or our school,
and now
whatever.
you're seeing these conferences, these non-Power 5 conferences, are kind of elevating a little bit because they're getting these guys who were third string on LSU or Alabama or whatever, but they're first string and they're playing at these other schools, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
perfect example. Devon Baker, whom if he would have kept his nose clean, he would have been here. That joker's at UCF with a below average quarterback and balling out. He wasn't even touching Alabama's field. Can you imagine he was here?
Right? Yeah. I mean, I that's what I'm saying, man. It's really kind of cool to see these guys who got recruited by schools and ended up second, third strings, and then they're like, nah, I'm going to go into transfer portal and see what I can pick up. And then they're picked up by these non-Power 5s, but they're out there balling, man. And it's so fun. It makes it so fun to watch.
So the NFL's picking anybody with talent. You don't have to play.
You don't have to play. You don't have to play. You don't have to play in D1 even.
Right.
It's a different age or
different. Great. I love it.
Different. Everything's different about college sports right now, and I don't think it's not a bad thing.
No, it's fabulous. I love it
because I think at the end of the day, players should get theirs. I mean,
now the last thing, and I'll stop on this. The one thing I don't like about it, and this would have hurted me coming out of high school, it really affects those in between high school players. Because what coaches will do is, instead of giving that guy a shot, right? Because I got 20 scholarships, I think he's good enough to play here. They're going to hold those scholarships for portal guys. So there's
that's fair.
That's about 500 kids that are like, I don't know if I'm going to go. So
that is a good
thing
point.
I like about it.
That's a good point.
But see, that shit is happening. That recruiting of potential portal players it has to be happening during the season.
Oh, come on.
But also the one thing that I'll say about this too, and then we'll get off, me and Van will get off this topic real quick. But it also kind of hurts portal players because there's a lot of these guys who go in the portal and they don't get picked up by anybody, right? They don't, and now they're rudderless, right? They don't have a school.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, no, seriously, they don't like. I read this article from this guy from LSU. Who had a scholarship and everything, and he left. He went in the transfer portal. He didn't get picked up by anybody, and then he didn't have anything. He didn't have a school. He didn't have nothing. So,
you know, it's you're rolling the dice too.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's. Missouri is next up. Terry Brown. Missouri coming off Missouri's win at South Carolina. Terry reminded me a lot of South Carolina's win in Lexington.
Yeah.
Is Missouri a team? Is this? I think a few weeks ago we would have all agreed this was probably a definite win. Is it a win? But what's your take on the?
Yeah, this is a get right game. And one thing we've seen from Stoops is those times when we start throwing some shade on him, throwing some dirt on his name. That's when we get the Mississippi State performance a couple of weeks ago. That's where we get other performances. So I feel comfortable that this one we got the talent to beat Missouri, and I think they get it done.
It's a must win. I think it's a must win, right?
Right. You've been Van will tell you, or anybody, once you have been humbled in front of everybody, you come out differently. Whether it's been, you're playing sports, or whatever it is at your work, at your whatever. Once you've been divorced, right?
With you.
And you know what to do the next time you have to go out and perform. So I think that motivation factor goes back to what Van was talking about. Guys are going to start executing. Hey, I can't freelance because last time, we was on ESPN prime time. I'm not letting that happen again. right? That's part of it. So I'm confident going into playing Missouri.
Who's actually playing better? Terry Jordon, Missouri. Your take.
Missouri, they're actually tied for third in the SEC East with Kentucky and USC Junior. They have had a lot of hard luck. Like, they've lost 3 SEC games this year by combined 14 points. Like, they've been in a lot of games. They played Georgia really well. So I would not. I would be cautious with this one. It's at Columbia. Kentucky has.
It's not a gimme. It's
not a gimme, and we've owned Missouri over the last 7 years. We beat them 6 out of 7 years. Last time we lost to Missouri was in Columbia, so it will be a hard game. The key is, I think, the quarterback. So Cook at South Carolina did not throw a pick, and that's been his thing. Throw some interceptions. I think he's had 7 interceptions this season. He averages like 1 a game. So he didn't do that. He cleaned up his act. He didn't have any turnovers. So that's going to be important. But this definitely will be a harder game, I think, than we had hoped for. I think we can pull it off and win, but it's definitely it's going to be tough, I think, guys.
What say you, Carrie Lewis?
So on this show in preseason, before the season started, I said that we could lose to Missouri and was roundly dismissed by whoever was on the panel.
Probably these same.
It was not me, Carrie.
No, it was not me. Van. Is it Van? Van said I was nuts. Van said I was crazy, but I said we notoriously do not play well at Missouri, and we don't. For some reason, we don't play well at Missouri. We just don't play Missouri well at all. We didn't play Missouri well last year when we played them here, regardless of all the holding calls that were missed. But the bottom line is, I don't know, man. I don't know. I hate to be a milquetoast fence sitter, but man, I just this could be a close one. If we win, it's going to be very close, and if we lose, it's going to be very close. I'm not confident in this game at all because the CFO who I live with hates Drinkowitz, hates him, can't stand Drinkowitz, and actually can't stand the fact that Missouri is actually in the SEC. He cannot stand that. He cannot stand Missouri at all. But man, yeah, we don't play well down there at all. And people sit on rocks. Who pays to sit on rocks? Why would you
Carrie, that is the dumbest shit ever.
Why would you do that? I would never pay to sit on a rock. I would rather stay at the tailgate. Don't pay to sit on a rock. It's dumb.
Thank you.
Only if it was Dwayne Johnson, right?
Yeah. No. Maybe. We'll talk off air.
We'll talk off.
Where's that sexy thing?
Well, I'll bring it up later in a few.
Yeah. We're gonna check that.
Terry Jordon, what do you got for me with Missouri?
Now,
this is a must win.
I just did mine.
Oh, is it Van? Oh, you
Van's
just
turn.
did. Okay,
Van
I'm
goes
sorry.
after me.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, okay. Sorry, Van.
Yeah.
Missouri, bro.
Yeah.
What's your take?
Yeah. I still think there's no game that's easy in the SEC. That's no game, even Vandy. The thing, football math is less than Common Core math. You can't do this math to, we won by that and they won by that and that equals this and then no, it doesn't equal. Here's the thing. Tennessee runs an offense that's hard for everybody. Mizzou is not going to do that. It's just not. That game is going to be a lot like the other games where we're freaking dominated. We have dominated every team this year defensively except one. Not only have we dominated every team defensively except one, we've done it on the road. We went to Florida and did it. We went to Ole Miss and did it. So our defense travels. The thing about it is, will our offense travel? And I think this is the perfect remedy for the offense this week. I'm not saying we're going to boat race them like Tennessee boat raced us, but I don't see a way, unless we turn the ball over, which we really haven't done. We've been pretty consistent with protecting the ball.
until the
As long as
second
we don't
half.
turn the
of
ball
the
over.
I
Tennessee
mean,
game.
Levis threw what 3
Yeah.
picks?
Yep.
And those are
Oh,
turnovers.
this game?
This
Last
game.
Damn,
game.
you're
Tennessee
right.
game.
I
Just
haven't got to
saying.
the second half.
Okay.
I haven't got to the second half because I'm like, wait a minute. I just watched the first half. I don't remember one. You're right.
It's the second half.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
it was ugly, but we have done a decent job. I just don't see Mizzou doing that to us. They are not on Tennessee's level. I just don't. Now, if we go sleepwalk over there, then yeah. But after getting handed to you, I don't think we're gonna go sleepwalk into Mizzou. And we got something to pay. We got a lot of payback for when Slar had his issue, and last time we went there, it's payback time. There's a lot of little underlying stories on this that I think is going to make us be focused and pull this thing out by 2 possessions.
Okay. For the record, Ann Anderson, hey Ann, hope you're doing well. Where was Smoke last night? Is he injured? Do we know?
I don't know, but I'm gonna say this from a former player. If a coach don't trust you, you won't play. And if there are guys that are in the same room with you that are doing everything that they're supposed to do, even if they're a little less talented than you, I, as a coach, trust ABC over D, even though D is more talented, because everybody on this level has talent. So there is something going on.
That's kind of alarming because Smoke
Monday
is
through
a
Friday.
senior, right? Isn't he a senior?
Kevin, dude, I've seen some crazy stuff in my lifetime.
My point is that Smoke has been here during his whole time. He's been under Stoops. He should have he should know what Stoops expects. So if he's buried in the depth chart because of whatever.
Kevin, when did your kids figure it out? How many times did you have to punish your kids before they find like, aha, don't do that shit anymore?
Thanks for calling me out as a father. And
I got the same thing.
you're good.
It takes some hard-headed kids longer to figure it out than others. And here's the thing. I'm just saying.
So my kids right now are all going, see, Dad, it was you. It was you.
Smoke is on the way out. This is last season.
Oh,
He don't see a way to the field.
Look at the comment here. Anthony said,
"Yeah,
you do know he tried."
I
did
not
not know that.
I don't want to know there. I want to go there.
Did everybody else know that?
Oh yeah.
No. See, Carrie shaking her head. No,
Nope,
Carrie, did you know he tried to transfer?
You know what? I'm gonna ask my contact about that. I'm gonna ask my
Jordan. Did you know Smoke
sure.
wanted to transfer? See, okay.
I'm
So that's
pretty
why
sure
I have you guys here
by a coach. Hey, Doc, Sam, I thought it was insinuated by a coach that some players had. Sometimes you put a foot out the door and the door doesn't open. No one comes in. You can knock all you want. No one opens it. So,
I mean, that's a transfer portal, right? I mean, you don't get picked up. I mean, you know.
Well, if you go on
did
the
he
portal,
go
you can
on the
always come
portal?
back.
I didn't know
right.
he went. He
Right.
did go on the portal or not?
No. I'm just saying, like, it's Van's saying you knock on the door.
Oh, yeah,
You go in the transfer portal. Sometimes you don't get picked up, and it's a whole thing. So I don't know.
Okay. So shit. That's why I do this show, because I don't know everything. Yeah, it didn't make the media. He tried fillers.
He put fillers out there to see if anybody had interest in him. Huh?
Okay. So clearly, so if he was not injured, he is like way down. Because how many running backs did we see last night?
Hold on. Wasn't he in the spring? Wasn't he like the 4th running back in the spring? And Carrie brought up a dime.
Well,
Which
he
I was
started
like,
the first
no
game, though. No, he started game 1.
No.
Though.
In the spring, he was running with 4s. He was running with 4s.
Oh, got it. I see what you're saying.
And Carrie said, and I'm like, Carrie, you're smoking crack. because there's no way he's gonna start when
I
he's
don't. I
running
just
with the
drink bourbon,
fours.
but you know.
And Carrie said, "Nope." I heard he's gonna start like Carrie. Doesn't make. Why would he be with the fours and start game one? And Carrie was right.
Okay.
Kudos.
I love you, Van.
No, this has been amazing. All right, so real quick, let's try to go through these other topics real quick, just to stay in format of the show. College football weekend 9. Thanks for correcting me on that, Carrie. The bye week threw me off because I had put out on the post weekend 8, so it is weekend 9. Terry, what's your takeaway from this past weekend?
It's
outside of Kentucky, yeah.
Right. It's about like it's always been. You've got your 2 teams at the top, and then there's a couple of teams at the top, and there's everybody else. I mean, Kevin, you asked earlier, what do we make of this Kentucky team? And we're pretty much like 60 other college football teams out there that you're going to lose some, you're going to win some. You need some breaks to get to the 8 or 9 win level. That's just where most of college football is. If you watch those games, teams that play without their starting quarterback, oftentimes they lose. Like that's just the nature of the game. So for me, things change every year, but they also stay the same. You've got 4 or 5 teams playing at a different level, and everybody else is just trying to get to the best bowl game they can get.
The man with the reason. That's why I have him. I have Terry Brown here to keep us all at that even kill. The ebb and flow goes through T. Brown.
Because I'm serious. Once you watch football, like Carrie watches, like again, she watches those MAAC games, the action on Friday nights. Then you'll see. You take a step back and you see everything that ails Kentucky literally ails everybody else.
It does. And to your point, we need to watch more or pay attention to more.
You do,
right?
Because I got lots of things to talk about.
Okay. All right. We're going to get to you. Please hold all your responses till I get to you. Real quick, Niner Mike. Hey, Mike. Thanks for hanging. The worst thing about this weekend is that we have the same record as Loser.
Loser is 5-3.
Yeah, but
They are
man,
5-3.
God, I'm gonna.
Well, hold on. Yeah,
I'm gonna get to my thing.
Well, yeah, we'll talk more about Louisville later down the road because that. Anyways, okay. Terry Jordon, what about you from this past weekend?
I watched a ton of games this weekend because I did a lot of yard work, but I did 2 games stood out. Like Oklahoma State get destroyed by Kansas State.
Shut out.
Yes.
To nothing, Manhattan, Kansas.
Right.
Nice going, fake Wildcats. Good job.
Mullet boy. Yeah.
Then you had a fake Forest going to Louisville and losing. Got the shit kicked out of them by the Cardinals. So I'll just leave it at that and let Carrie take over and talk about Louisville. Maybe I don't know.
Oh no.
So I was gonna say both of those games, right? Because Kansas State, 48-0. Like Oklahoma State got blanked, man, and Oklahoma State's a good team. Like if you've ever watched them play, they are a good team. Hey, shout out to Iowa for scoring like 20 points. They actually scored touchdowns.
30 points. Wasn't it in 30s,
no,
actually?
It's like, was it? Okay, the last score I saw was like 20, but either way, yay.
Offensive touchdowns. They've been talking about it out here in the
touchdowns.
corner. Yeah.
You know who didn't score offensive touchdowns? Miami and Virginia. And that game was awful. Oh, my God. Really? So it took 4 overtimes to even win that game. That game ended up, so it was tied 6-6. 6-6, y'all.
They should have gave both of them an L.
And it ended up like 14-12 or something. Oh my! It was absolutely terrible. But yeah, Louisville. Wow, Louisville, Wake Forest. Man, you know what? Louisville's defense is the real deal, y'all. I'm sorry.
They've gotten better. They have improved as the season.
3 pick sixes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I also have to give a shout out to TCU, 7-0. 7-0, went to West Virginia. Hard place to play. You have to have your garter snake in a clear plastic bag to bring it in.
What?
What now?
So,
What?
What
so
the hell is this?
there's a rumor. It could be a urban legend that people threw garter snakes at people. It's at other fans in the stands. West Virginia threw
In Morgantown?
Yes.
I ain't going there.
So-
I ain't going there.
Right, I'm never going
Because
there.
every snake is poisonous to me.
But the bottom line is TCU 7-0. I love they have adopted the Hypnotoad. If you know Futurama, you know Hypnotoad. Love Hypnotoad. They have adopted him as their de facto mascot. I love TCU. I love what Sonny Dykes is doing down there. Man, their offense is fabulous. Love it. And last thing I'll say is Holy Cross also 7-0 in D2. Wow, they had a play that won them the game. It was a overtime. Yeah, it was great. Fabulous.
Did you watch the TCU Kansas State game a couple weeks back?
You know, I don't think I watched that one, but the one I always pick a game to try to watch to land on, in the TCU West Virginia game this week was that game.
And same.
It was a great game. Two good programs.
Yeah. Love TCU. I love them. I like them. They're great. So there you go.
TCU undefeated, but at number 7 in the AP.
They shouldn't
Alabama.
be, because they've beat a bunch of great teams. I don't know why they're number 7.
I'll push back. See, the whole ranking thing. Here's when Tuesday night, when the what is that?
CFP.
Yeah, that they come out with their polls. That they seem to fucking know how to do it. They pick the top teams based on the moment.
Well, no, what they're going to do now on Tuesday, I guarantee you, it's going to be Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, and Tennessee, because that's all the undefeated teams. The other teams that are going to be left out are Clemson, TCU, and whoever else is undefeated, which I don't.
That's it. That's actually
yeah.
it. But yeah.
So they're just going to pick all the undefeated teams.
Probably, but who? Yeah, we'll okay. Well, I'll circle back. But Van, from this past weekend, your takeaway.
I'm a big. Does something happen? I'm a big Pac-12 guy, and I'm also a big Chip Kelly fan.
Is that right, Van?
Dude, really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I would have never imagined.
I hate the Pac-12 guys.
I love the After Dark.
Oh, they're awful. Pac-12 is terrible.
Dude, I live in the Pac-12. I can't stand it.
Oh,
I love
can't
watching
stand the Pac-12.
And Pullman in December, and the snow on the ground.
They're awful.
I loved it.
Oh, Pullman's a hellhole, man.
Go for it, though, man. Go for it. Go for it.
So UCLA is getting rewarded for their patience. I told people to let Chip Kelly get his system in there, and it'll be go. Now, he does have a quarterback that's been playing just as long as Heaton Hooker and Will Levis been playing, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
DT is getting it done. All right. And the other thing is Oregon. After they got demolished by Georgia and showed that they can't play with SEC team, they have done nothing. I think, I'm going to say that. They have done nothing.
No, they haven't, because they beat a bunch of garbage back.
It don't matter.
Oh,
Carrie,
I can't even.
I can't with this Pac-12
Carrie,
stuff, man.
you can't do that when we just got on a rant about Kentucky. When we beat somebody, then it's like, you can't get on that.
Is garbage.
Oregon is making it happen, and I love me some Chip Kelly.
Oh,
I can't believe Arizona hung around with USC as long as they did last week.
Yes, they did.
Spirit tonight.
I hate
because
the
it's Pac-12 football.
When Van and Carrie can go at each other, that's when I know I've got gold.
I love Van. I love Van. I love Van, man. I love it.
We do.
But the fact that he likes Pac-12, man.
I'm gonna start tweeting both of you Pac-12 stuff from now on.
I've been a fan of Pac-12 because, back in the day, that was the only game on at 10 o'clock. Like
Yeah.
I became a big Fresno State fan. because that
Okay,
was the
so
only
you
game-
have insomnia,
Bulldogs.
man. We
Yeah.
get it. You can't sleep at night.
Oh,
Well,
I was a big
he's
San
right,
Diego
though.
State fan when Marshall
he is
Faulk
right.
went there because he's from
It's
New Orleans.
exciting.
Like
He's
all
right
those
though.
games on the West Coast, I love.
Mountain West
That's it.
Conference, it was fun. It is fun. So
It
there's
is
some good.
fun.
I mean,
No,
It's
and
not as fun
actually,
anymore.
no, to tell you the
Not as
truth,
good.
Here's the thing. I love the Mountain West, but I can't stand the Pac-12. And Bo Nix can run his mouth. Oh, we want Georgia again. We want Georgia again. Hey, guy, who have you played? Nobody. Bring Georgia again, guy, because Brock Bowers will eat you alive. Brock Bowers is the best player in college football right now. That guy, he is a sophomore. He was playing high school football 2 years ago. Brock Bowers is the best player in college football right now, period.
Wow.
He was
You know,
playing a
I'm
football.
gonna just say
a little
this
less
too,
than
real
2
quick.
years ago. If you really think about it, if they was in the playoffs, he
Uh,
was.
Yeah. That guy is
No,
the
he's special.
best player. He's
special.
unbelievable.
And Pac-12 got Oregon State in the top 25 this week, I believe.
Hey, you know what? I love the Beavers. I love
Oh, Carrie, you can't do that to me.
Beavs. The Beavs.
Corvallis is like Pullman. It's two hellholes in
Yes.
Northwest.
It is awesome.
Please say that one more time, Carrie, so I can get a clear sound bite, and I'll add music to it. You know
I
what? What
love
was that?
the Beavers. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
the Beavers. I love the Beavs.
That's
So
gonna
dirty.
haunt you, Carrie.
It's
You got
fine.
an extra,
She'll own
Carrie.
it.
You got the bees.
Yeah,
I don't care
wow.
on it.
That's my girl there. All right. So yeah, looking at this week's the AP poll came out. Kentucky did drop out of the AP.
Yeah, fuck the
Figured they
AP.
would.
Yeah, no, not really surprised.
Coaches poll's better.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't even know the coaches poll. The coaches really are they the ones really polling?
They shouldn't fall, but
They're
they're
assistant.
all the fucking
It's
games.
assistant coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
SID.
way down the. It's the assistant's nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
We're 24 in the coaches poll.
24 in the coaches. poll.
Yeah.
I think we're still a top 25 team.
Dude, we're 25th. I
Hey.
just feel it.
You know what's crazy? And this is what perspective is all about.
Mm.
After I left Kentucky, I'm like, our ceiling is like 8 games. If we get to 8, that's like every 5th, 6th year. And we might win 9 games this year, and people are gonna be pissed. It's like
It's
what
because
the
we
hell?
won 10 last year.
And so you go from 10 to 9. You didn't go from 10 to 5. You went from 10 to 9. I'm not saying
as a fan, here's the thing.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Because
Okay.
I posed a question to
That's
fans. I said,
yeah.
what if we lose 1 game a year, but we lose to Tennessee, but we get to the SEC championship every year? Would you want? They're like, nope. So I mean,
what? I would you anybody who would say that they would rather beat Tennessee and not get to the SEC, that's fucking insane.
I've
Stupid.
said
It's
I've done
delusion.
multiple polls on that. I've done the Louisville game.
Yeah, I
and I've done the
and
Tennessee
that too.
game.
No, that's how you that's the season. That should be the way the season is based on.
You would think
That's how Bama, if Bama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Michigan don't win 10 games, that's
But hold on, Kevin. Coach Curry got fired because he couldn't beat fucking Auburn.
That's true.
I would disagree with that a little bit. Up the middle, punt.
No.
I mean,
But you can't lose to Auburn every year you've been there. And
Carrie Lewis.
Look, who has Clemson ever lost to South Carolina during their run?
They haven't.
Has Alabama lost to Auburn but that one time?
That pick not
That
pick
weird-
six, but
weird
that,
play.
Yeah, the field goal. Yeah.
Well, y'all don't remember back before they got Saban, but yes,
No, I'm
have.
talking about in recent history.
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you can't lose to your rival.
Yeah.
Because people get pissed.
I don't want
You
to
know
think
what?
too far
Let's say
ahead,
Tennessee, they
but
beat us.
the way Louisville has been playing lately, I God forbid if we lose that game.
Oh,
Thank you, and you'll be pissed.
Yes, and
But-
not just me, but 90% of the fan base.
But
would be.
here's the thing. See, it's like how conveniently we do this, right? Carrie said Oregon hasn't played anybody, right? Right.
Pac-12
Who has
sucks.
Louisville played?
Well,
Honestly,
they played a top 10 team in Wake Forest. They were number 9. So
Well,
fake for
Terry
us.
Jordan fake.
I mean,
correct
I'm
us.
just
What was
I'm
that?
just saying. I'm just
But
saying.
fake for us.
but Wake Forest is an SEC. It's a totally
No,
different
they're
game.
not. They're not. And I agree. It's a totally different game, and that's why Bo Nix should shut his mouth.
I
because
love Bo Nix.
The Pac-12 is a totally different game than the SEC.
Keep Bo Nix out your mouth.
Will my Cam's team beat Saban? Cam's.
Yeah.
Cam Newton.
he-
They
they
came.
did.
Oh
They
yeah,
came
yeah,
They
you're right.
They
did.
did from way back and beat 'em.
That's it.
Okay.
All right,
yeah.
no, yeah,
But you're
whatever.
yeah.
Dude.
Me and Van gonna
Look,
disagree on
it takes.
this.
We have to go. Which ones? 2.
Yeah. Me and Van gonna disagree on this.
Carrie, I don't know how many bourbons you've had tonight, but that's the benchmark for you to come on our show.
Carrie, take it up a
No.
notch, maybe one more.
That would.
Well, I mean, I could go downstairs. I could cut off the camera and go downstairs to get one more. But
It's 10:30 now. We're
yeah,
gonna.
it's probably.
We're gonna,
I probably
yeah.
don't need
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
All
One
right.
more.
No.
One more. One more. One more.
All right. Real quick, Kentucky basketball.
Now I'll cut off the camera.
No,
And
just play
bye, Carrie.
along.
Van did.
It's
He gone?
depending.
You don't like it.
Depending on what people think, the Kentucky, the University of Kentucky, is the school program had their game tonight.
I didn't watch it, to be honest with you.
I
really
heard all
didn't.
the bitching and moaning because
Carrie.
it
sorry.
wasn't live on SEC Network because of a soccer game.
Uh,
What?
So
I didn't watch
I
it.
did watch it. I was watching it on the ESPN Plus or whatever.
Yeah.
But long story short, we're inching into college basketball season.
We are.
It's who we are. So as a Kentucky fan, this is where I want to enjoy. This is that moment where I get to enjoy football and basketball because
It's a
number
sweet
one,
spot. It's a
It
sweet
is.
spot.
There you go. What do they call that? From a adult. What's that sweet spot called?
G spot.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, Kevin. Go right.
Well,
I don't know. Do we give it a new name because it's Kentucky sports?
no,
What would you call it? You can't
K
use
spot?
a G.
The K spot. The K
It's
spot.
K spot.
Yeah, the
Oh,
K spot. Right
K
there.
I
spot.
get it.
It's-
Okay.
Best time of year you get both worlds, man. You get to
Well,
watch some hoops.
Arizona Terry, your podcast, Bourbon, it's basically bourbon and basketball primarily, correct?
It is. Yeah.
So, were you getting the warm fuzzies tonight from the hoops game?
I get excited.
I know
about
it's an
any-
exhibition.
Well, anytime Kentucky plays in exhibitions or in the Bahamas or blue white, yeah, I love it. Now, was this a fun, really enjoyable game to watch? No, it was not. It was sloppy. We missed a lot of layups and free throws and threes, but it's like the first time we played against somebody other than ourselves. And,
Mhm.
sometimes you get that kind of sloppiness. And honestly, a lot of teams that are scrimmaging right now are kind of sloppy as well. So I don't read into it too much. Oscar wasn't playing. Only thing came out of it I'm concerned about is Wheeler. I don't have an update on him, whether he injured pretty or not. Hope that's not true. I hope he's okay.
Mhm.
But beyond that, I don't care. The next exhibition game comes along. We'll do our thing. We'll start the 7th.
7th,
So my
Howard,
ma-
which
yeah.
is just a week away.
Yeah.
The official season starts within a week.
Yep.
That's where
See-
we are.
Yep. CJ looked good tonight. He shoots the 3 awesome.
Toppin looked good.
Toppin looked really good. We just missed a lot of shots we normally
We did.
didn't. And Antonio Reeves missed a lot of open threes. I don't expect that either.
He didn't
I mean,
start the second half. Just saying.
He got slapped on the hand. You can't shoot. You
Dude,
sit down, right?
18-point
18-point win. Could have been 48 if he would have made some shots. That's it. It's against a D2 team.
Didn't lose today.
I think TB should talk about the other team in the state that lost.
Terry, did you watch the hoops game tonight?
Look, man.
Look, man.
My only time I'm gonna get on my soapbox: football, basketball, football, basketball. Damn it, we got the number 2 team in the country in men's soccer. Are you shitting me right now?
That's where Cats Talk Wednesday talks that.
But my point is, we're living in this dichotomy. How do you people function in the real world?
I know.
If you've got like 2 kids, you got another one. Do you just focus on just 2 of and not worry about the third? You can do more than one thing at the time. The football game's on. I will watch football. Oh, the soccer game's on ESPN Plus. I will watch that. Oh, what? The volleyball? Like, you can do more than one thing. Like these people, it's football season and I'm hunkered down. You can do more than one thing at once. I can watch a bunch of different movies. I can read a book one day. I can go out to dinner with my wife. You can do a lot of different things in this world besides focus on one thing. Because I'm like, how do you manage to be a human and you can only look at one thing at a time? Oh, not basketball. I'm watching a football right now. Or basketball. Like, how do you function? Is my only question.
TB's like, you got to be well-rounded. You got to be well-rounded.
I go to the ESPN app every single day, and I'm like, is there a Kentucky event on? Ask my wife. She thinks I'm a crazy person. And I'm sitting, she's like, you're watching women's soccer? You're damn right I am. Yes.
Respect.
You're watching volleyball? Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
If they have Kentucky across their chest, I am sitting there, and I'm going to give them a little bit of attention that those student athletes, that those coaches, that support staff that represents my university, I'm going to give them that love. If other people don't want to do it, that's fine. That's how I do it.
I get it.
Because I've gone to those events and I've seen those young men, I've seen those young women work just as hard as the people at Kroger Field, Commonwealth Stadium, work just as hard at Rupp Arena. They're good people, good kids, and we shortchange when it's football, basketball. And there are other coaches and other teams that have put hardware in the trophy case as well.
Well, based on what Terry just said, as I pull this up, I'm calling myself out here. It's a roundtable discussion, round of shots. It's a roundtable discussion on Kentucky basketball, football, and trending sports topics. So this show sucks compared to Cats Talk Wednesday and the other shows.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say I'm a better person than anybody else.
Nah.
I'm just saying, if you're going to all cats everything.
It should be, yeah. And that's why,
for the record,
I will tell everyone, check out our guys at Cats Talk. They cover everything.
For the record, I talk about all the.
We just don't have enough time to talk about everything. Case in point, we talked about Tennessee.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, we talk about everything on GBS, so we're not just a Kentucky sports show.
Okay, throw that in my face. I need to work.
We love you, Kevin.
I know, but what do you want, Van? I bet you Van doesn't talk about. Well, no, he does. I know he does.
No, we talk about basketball.
I know,
but here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm not watching NFL exhibition. I'm not watching spring football games, and I'm damn sure I ain't watching the exhibition game of Kentucky. I'm just sorry.
Okay,
when they play the first game in a week or so, I will watch that. But I'm not watching this exhibition game. That's just me, and it's not have anything to do with football. It got nothing to do with soccer. Got nothing to do with gymnastics. I'm just not watching an exhibition game because I get nothing from it.
I was fan on this.
Yeah,
so
I'm with it. All right, final shot. Final shots. Terry, start with you, my brother. Go.
My final shot 1 year ago today, I loaded up a U-Haul and put most of my possessions in it and moved 606 miles to the northwest and We've been married for a year. I moved a year ago, and like I tell folks, hey, whatever you're going through, just keep going. There's always something better. So I'm very appreciative of my wife who's upstairs, but Twitter folks, doing the show and everything, very appreciative. You just don't know who your friends are until you're going through something, and so I'm very appreciative about that. So
It's awesome.
Mad respect to
Terry.
you. And this
Fabulous.
is it's real love. With last week, one of the reasons why I didn't do a show last week is because Terry wasn't available because he was busy celebrating his anniversary.
we went to a nice steakhouse. It was great. Got some
Busy
corn.
getting it in. Getting it
Shucking
in.
corn.
Yeah, got to shuck
Understand.
the cord or whatever.
Yeah, shut the cord. That's a
that
nice
corn.
visual. How
Well,
do you go about shut? No,
I understand why Terry said you got to slang the big. You know what he said early in the show?
You
Slang that.
when a man loves a woman very much, and he moves 3 states away. But
that
in all
stuff is
honesty,
gold.
it's Twitter gets a bad rap, right? Social media,
Yeah.
But Twitter's just a tool, and I've had so many good things happen because of Twitter. I've met you folks. I've met my wife. I've
That is
gotten
true.
to
You did
cover
meet your wife that way,
Kentucky
yeah.
athletics literally all over the country because of Twitter and interactions on Twitter, and I'm just thankful for that. So,
Well, I'm thankful for you.
that's my
brother.
final thought.
Your input to this show, you being a part of the show, is very important to me, and so Arizona
like I said, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, appreciate you,
Well,
brother. At, what you got? Final shot.
How can I follow that? I don't even know. Here,
Do you have an anniversary to brag
No,
about? Or
you know what? I got
steak?
I got a hot take. I think Big Blue Madness is boring and stale, and it needs to be revamped. Can we
was
just put the
bad.
blue white game at Big Blue Madness and then just move that shit over to Memorial and make it like a huge party? It's loud. I sound like a cryptid sometimes, so that's just my take.
I'm with you. Here's the thing: here in Louisville, the Louisville Live, they're whatever, I don't know what they called. I guess that they called it Louisville Live.
They called it Louisville Live. Yeah, that's what they called it.
that was they actually had a very cool event. They did it.
And Slugger
cool.
Field was nice.
Yes,
That was. I mean,
And
you got to give
might-
it to them.
Maybe you couldn't see everything like if you were in the stands, but TV it looked awesome. And Jack
did.
Harlow, and the kids loved it. Jack Harlow.
They do. My guy Kendrick Haskins, who is a sports reporter at Wave 3 here in Louisville, I'm texting him and having some, because he's sharing some stuff, and that night for them was last Friday.
Yeah.
It was good. So yeah, there needs to be something done differently. Well, I don't know if differently, but this year's BBM fell flat in comparison, and that's who I compare it to, because they're down the street from me. So that's a good point, Terry. Terry Jordon. Carrie, final shot.
So apparently there were 2 guys, I guess, that called into KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio, the Kentucky Sports Show, radio show,
That we're all playing second to.
right? That said that their wives wouldn't let them, or there was a percentage.
2 people called in and said that.
Yeah, apparently 2
I only
people
knew
called
one.
in.
But,
So the one guy called in and said his wife wouldn't let him watch the Kentucky game because she doesn't like sports, and the other guy was like, apparently, like, he can do a percentage of, he can either watch so much basketball or so much football. Like, there's a percentage of games he can watch.
and these are because of the wives.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm sorry for them. I'm sorry you didn't marry me. I'm already taken. Sorry. I don't understand this. I would never marry you. If I would never, like, if it was a guy who didn't like sports, I'd be like, what? If I don't understand people who don't like sports anyway. I can't get my head around that. And I've also said to people, if you want me to participate in your stuff, don't put it between August and the end of January, because I'm not going to do it, because college football is on and that's my life. Yeah, so I'm sorry for those people. I don't understand it, and I don't get it. And yeah, sorry,
Man,
I'm already
says
taken.
fact.
I'm
Right.
already taken. And yeah, our ritual.
Oh, what's it say more though about her or the dude?
Well, the dude should grow some, some cojones. He either needs to leave or grow some cojones. He's got two choices on that, and apparently he hasn't done either, which is weird to me also. But I will say this. So the CFO, our ritual, we love college football. We watch it all day, every Saturday. But on Sunday, college football final, he gets up, I get up, we wait for each other to like do our stuffs or whatever, and then we watch college football final together. That's our ritual on Sunday. So
That's beautiful.
find you somebody who loves college sports as much as me and the CFO do. That's what I would say. Don't marry people who don't like your stuff. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So there you go.
So basically, what you're saying is, Carrie, Saturday night after whatever, you wait till Sunday morning to smoke the cigarette by watching.
Well, no, I mean we watch the college footballs all day on Saturday into Saturday night, and then whatever, yeah, okay, however you want to frame it, Kevin. It's whatever
I'm just
you
gonna
want to do.
say,
Whatever you want to do.
whatever the bourbon count is for
The bottom
Carrie
line
tonight,
is
it's
college football in this house is it, and we love it.
Love
We
it.
got married on a bye week.
Oh, okay.
I looked at the calendar last year. We got married on Iowa and Kentucky's bye week. They were
You know
both
what?
6-0 before.
Wow.
That's well
Good
done.
job,
Yeah.
Terry.
Saying that,
I
yeah.
applaud that, Terry.
Because
That's
she was like, "Well, here's the schedule." I'm like, "Okay,
See?
Kentucky's bye, score. Iowa's bye, score."
That's what
Perfect.
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And she's a sports fan. We watched the bowl
Yeah.
game together, which was,
Fine.
you know,
Tough.
it was tough. Right? That was a tough one. And she filmed me doing the catch cheer in the snow. You got to
See,
get somebody like that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Terry. You found somebody who likes the sports, so do it. I love it.
And she'll help me take pictures dressing up like Drake. She'll take
You
pictures of
did.
me coming out of the corn.
Yeah,
Like, she's like,
I love it.
because she's like, no, helping me pose and stuff for that Drake picture. You got to
See?
find somebody that compliments you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Exactly.
talking about. I love it.
And you all compliment me every Sunday night. Van, give me your final shot, brother.
Carrie, mute me because I'm about to say something about Bo Nix. Look, it's crazy, and it's not just Bo Nix. It's Heaton Hooker, right? Both these guys at their previous destination were not beloved. They were actually hated, and system helps. These kids went to another school, and Heaton Hooker even better because he wasn't even a starter. He hung in there. And look where he is now. These guys are passing for more yards and more touchdowns, probably combined than they did at their previous stop. So, for every guy out there who thinks that all is not going well for me, there's always a destination for you. You just got to find the right one.
In sports and in life. Thank you, Van.
And yeah,
Second time around, baby.
Second time around.
I typically don't add a final shot, but I was watching the NFL today, and this one thing just kind of came into my head, and I got to give props to this dude. As a Kentucky fan, right or wrong, I do root for the SEC. You know, when they're playing non-SEC schools. I mean, it's just how I am. There's this one dude that as soon as he showed up at Alabama and just he was fucking amazing in Alabama. Won a national championship. Just had done it the right way. And then there was that moment in his, I guess, his senior season, or heading into his senior season, where he knew that he wasn't going to be the guy. So he transferred, did it all right. And when I say did it all right, when Saban still fucking just toots your horn and says everything good about this kid, went to Oklahoma, performed well. Actually, didn't he? He was in the college football playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And
he lost though.
Yeah, he lost, but still, he gets into the NFL. And I think for the most part, a lot of people were not thinking that he was going to be successful. I just didn't think a lot of people gave him this opportunity to excel at the next level. Not only is he excelling, his team this year is undefeated, and he is a huge part of it. I am a Jalen Hurts guy. There's something about that kid that just resonates with me, that just does it the right way. And I'm all about a great story, a feel-good story. I don't know if the feel-good is the right word, but he's a badass, and to watch him do what he did in the SEC and still have a great senior year elsewhere, and then do what he's doing now. I root for the good guys, and I think he's a good dude. So Jalen Hurts, my final shot. I don't know. That was that kind of out there, but yeah, I saw it today, and it just kind of connected with me. There's just something very good about that kid, and if I don't know anything different, then I don't. But anyways, that's Round of Shots tonight. We pulled off a 2-hour show, guys. You all, Carrie, are you gonna? These will be the final voices you hear before you go to sleep, correct?
I'm going to bed right
Right
as soon
now.
as I get done.
So who wants to say the final word to Carrie before she turns it off?
Oh, come on, man.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Pac-12.
Real quick, everybody, give a shout. Real quick, Terry, what you got going on Cast Talk this week?
We've got Carrie Lewis stopping by to talk
I am
a little bit of Tennessee, a little bit of
Missouri. You'll see.
a little bit of beer.
Yeah.
My wife might stop by because she's a beer drinker.
Okay.
She gets all kinds of, I don't know, but whatever. So yeah, and she's a girl. She likes beer. She likes sports. So the lovely Mrs. the TB might stop by.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
I've not met her, so that's exciting.
Cool.
Yeah, she
We'll get her on. We'll get her on this on a Sunday.
Yeah, you don't come this far for somebody that's just all right. Let me just put that out there.
I did not know she was a beer person. That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, she used to do like beer reviews on her IG channel.
Oh, wow, that's super cool. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I dig it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to bring her some kind of beer from Kentucky that they didn't sell here. I forget the name of it, but I'm like, Smokey in the band, and I'm bringing beer.
He's bounding down.
Loaded up a trucking, damn it.
Trucking.
That's right.
All right, Arizona Terry, give me your your shout out. What you got going on with your podcast?
Hey, tomorrow night, going to record with JD Hall and Ryan, Late Night Screams podcast. We're doing a Halloween special. We got that little paranormal thing going on. It's kind of weird, a little spooky.
I'm with you.
I'm helping my wife out with a podcast with her office at Northern Arizona University. They're trying to start a podcast. I'm going to try to help them out. And then Friday, recording Basketball Buzz with my guys, Shay and Michael. And we might try to get a special guest to come on if he has time. But kind of a busy podcast week.
I love it. It's totally awesome. And Terry, Jordon, I'm going to be getting with you because on my Lit podcast, I want to do that bourbon and sports thing. So stay tuned.
Let's do her.
Carrie, shout out to you. What?
Just recorded 344 of Girls Beer Sports, which you can catch wherever good podcasts are free. Also did Bourbon and Bad Opinions this week, where if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you probably shouldn't. But you can find that where you just type in Birmingham Bad Opinions, you'll figure it out. And then yeah, Hungry in Kentucky. Actually, I do that one too. So yeah, do 3. Oh,
There he is. Yeah.
playoffs.
Digressing here a little bit. Your Niners, Terry Brown took care of business. Is Liam Cohen one and done with the Rams?
It's not his fault. The Niners have won like 9 out of 10 against the
Well,
Rams,
this
except
game,
for
no,
the NFC Championship game. It's the damnedest thing.
no, but Cohen this year, if I saw the stat right, their offense is underperforming based on the past.
They're missing
Rams.
OBJ. They don't really have a deep threat receiver to kind of offset what they're doing with Cooper Kupp. But
Okay.
yeah, but beating the Rams is always fun. Like I said, 7 out of 8, except for the NFC Championship game. That just
Niners took care of business today. All right, Van, what you got going on this Wednesday? Is it Wednesday this week? Or?
Oh, we're moving into Tuesday this week.
Oh,
We'll be on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're trying to get the Tennessee boys back on, who's gonna really give it to us, I'm sure. So I'm gonna have to put on a mouthpiece during that episode, so I won't bite my tongue off. So I'm gonna have to eat a lot of crow that game on that broadcast. But Wednesday, well, usually Wednesday 9 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. More, I'm all messed up. But we're gonna do it this week at Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Locker Room. Me and the troll on this show, A. White.
he is.
I will say that Jeff and Fred were the nicest Tennessee fans I have ever met in my life.
They didn't
Like
you,
for
they
real.
didn't spit
They
on
were
you.
they were super good dudes. Like they were good dudes. They're former players, but you know, they know what they're talking about, obviously, as being former players. They were on that 1998 championship team. But they were really nice guys. They really were.
Good. All right. Round of Shots is concluding on this Sunday night, October 30th. Halloween for all of you spooky people. That's happening tomorrow night. I wish everyone a great week ahead. Kentucky football has Missouri next Saturday. We'll be back here next Sunday for that recap and looking ahead. For Terry Brown, Terry Jordon, Carrie Lewis, Van Hiles, Kevin Hale, wishing everyone a great week. Go Cats. See you next Sunday, 2 hours tonight. Appreciate you guys. Love you.
appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks, man.